Notts County Talk, it's finished Notts County 3, Wealdstone 2 in what was actually a pretty exciting game. Nervy as well, yes. Very nervy, but 3 points on the board. I always feel like getting out of this division is taking your points and just every game you can, it's ticking them off.
Yeah, it is. To be honest with you, we're going 6 games unbeaten now, which is very good start to the season. It doesn't get much better really, does it? We could have picked up a couple more points, but it's a very good start. But I'm thinking back to every game I've watched, it's been a nail biter. Other than obviously Barnet, didn't quite get to watch it, but I was listening to it. It seemed pretty obviously straightforward. We win that game 5-0. Even the Wrexham game, it's an anxious game. Torquay, anxious game. We're thinking we could have lost that game. Tonight, when we're 3-2 up, I'm thinking this is just such a game where Notts concede late on, and it looked like it did. They had a few penalty claims, didn't they, late on? So yeah, quite an open game. Good game to watch. For someone that doesn't support either side, but nevertheless it's a win, isn't it?
Not playing well as well. 100%. I've said it in previous weeks. 100% playing like this, we wouldn't be on 6 unbeaten last season or the season before. No. Probably would have lost a couple of them at least. So yeah. We'll go on to player ratings then. Sam Slocum, shaky in previous weeks. He's had 5s offers, I think, a couple of 6s. Today for me, bar punching one ball that he should have caught. I think he's an 8.5. I think he's really good.
I'm going to give him a 7. I think he's been really good, improved on previous weeks. He's conceded 2 goals. One I feel like he possibly could have done better for, but I'm not going to scrutinise him too much for it. But he's pulled off, that I can remember, 2 fantastic saves today. One that's nicked in the corner in the second half. It does really well to pull off the save. So yeah, I'm going to give him a 7.
You can't player ratings are obviously your opinion. You can't usually be wrong, but you're actually wrong. So 7.
I know you say it's opinions, but I think you're wrong thinking I'm wrong.
We'll carry on then.
Agree to disagree.
We'll go Richard Brindley then. I don't think we'll disagree on this one. Love Brindley. Never scoring pretty poor. For me, it's a 5. Whether he's just been sucked into playing too centrally, there always seemed to be a gap. Yeah. Whether he's just used to playing that third centre-back role, it's really poor game from him today. It all came down that side.
The thing I'll say about Brindley today is I think he's had it hard because I don't think he's had much cover in front of him from the midfield. And a lot has come from that side, and there seemed to be a pocket that was really easy for them to get into, and it's right in front of Brindley, so it is difficult for him, and the player that's on that side is probably one of their better players, but like you say, it's not the best performance from him today. I'm sure he'll bounce back, is the professionally, but yeah, 5, agreed.
We go across to Alex Lacey.
Solid.
Love him. What a player. It's hard, isn't it, because players play well, and we can see 2 goals. The first, and the defending for 35 minutes was atrocious. But I can't pinpoint, other than Brindley getting maybe isolated, I can't really pinpoint one player. So, although I really liked him in the game, I'm going to go 6.5, just purely because there was some dodgy defending, and it's everyone's fault at the back.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think conceding 2 goals, you can't take anything away from Wealdstone. They were good, weren't they? They came and played. Their fans are great. But yeah, I'd agree with your rating. I'd give him a 6.5 as well. He's a great player. Me and Tom, more so Tom, love him, don't we? Yeah. But that's it from
fantastic. Kyle Cameron then, I would have given him a 6.5 as well, but obviously gets the goal. I love the celebrations. He always goes mad. Yeah. It means a lot to him, and that's what we need in the team. We need a bit of that fire and passion. And I think for me, with the goal, I think goes to a possibly 7.5. He did in the first half when we were on the ropes make an unbelievable interception for a through ball. Yeah. So 7.5, maybe stretched to an 8, but I'm going to stick with my 7.5.
I'm going 8.5. You've missed something like crucial and you're going to kick yourself. Their manager pulls over a player. And what does Cameron do? He walks over and listens to him, and he's nodding his head, being sarcastic, really getting under the skin a little bit.
10.
Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8.5. I think things like that, you need stuff like that at this level. Just real, I don't want to say the word, but housery. Yeah. You just love to see it. You love to see
then we go Joel Taylor. I think he's all right today, I do think he was okay, really
good. I think probably one of the better defenders.
He's going a little bit under the radar. He had one shaky game at Wrexham, but we're away at Wrexham and he'd just come back from illness. Yeah. I think he's pretty good. I'll go 7.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7. I think consistency wise, I think he's probably up there for me so far this season.
Yeah, I agree. And we really missed him when Chickson came in against Torquay. Really missed him. Yeah. Then we go to the midfield. Let's go Palmer first because I want a bit of positivity. Really, really good. A few people around us are saying, will he still be here in January? I definitely think he will. But if we don't go up, no. He's played championship football, fantastic player, controls the game. Yeah, very, very good for me. For me, even when we were playing bad, he was one of 3 players that stood out, so I'm going to give him an 8.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8 as well. We're quite agreed, aren't we, today? I just really like Palmer. I've said it pretty much since pre-season, what a signing he is. And he's really showing why he has played in the Championship, isn't he?
Yeah.
And so many times.
I mean, you like him that much. When they walked off the pitch, you said, "Who's that?"
No, I didn't.
You did.
I actually did as well. He's had a haircut. I didn't recognise him close up.
No.
I'll take that one. I'll take it on the chin.
Francis.
What do you mean, which one?
Francis. Just got
that. You know what? Credit to him today. I mean, he's not played that well in the first half. We were saying it, weren't we? But, you know, he stayed on, and I do think he's right at some of his wrongs. And you know what I actually like about Ed Francis? He's not afraid to take a shot. And I think they're going to pay off as the season progresses. And I think, for me, that's what we kind of lacked with Doyle a little bit. I mean, I'm not likening him to Doyle. I'm not likening him to Doyle because I don't think he's quite there yet by any stretch, because he's not that sort of all-out holding mid, is he? But to have that player on the edge of the box that's always ready to pull the trigger, I think it's exciting. We've got that in Palmer as well.
I was just going
to give him a 6.
I was thinking to myself, like, in a game that you literally can't be wrong and you've been wrong twice. It's really showing. For me, Francis, I don't bash players, but I thought he was poor. I'm giving him a 5.
No, I don't think I'm not saying he was great, but I'm saying I think he did a lot better in the second half, and that shows, you know, from a player that's that young, it shows a lot of confidence in his own ability, because there's a lot of players where that first half performance could knock their confidence and come out and they're just, you know, on the floor. But he's come out second half and he's improved, so I think credit to him.
First half 5, second half 6.
Yeah,
averages at 5.5.
Yeah, right, I'll meet you there.
Yeah. Ruben.
Yeah, not his best game today, was it? I'm sure he'll agree. He gets absolutely, I don't know what, on the halfway line there, doesn't he, in the second half? Looks like he'd been hit by a spade or something. He looked like he was in a bit of pain as well, like after that, because it's when Cameron scored his goal, he was still sort of holding his nose, wasn't he? Like
he doesn't go down.
Yeah, there's a player like that, he doesn't go down easily. The ref
was ready to blow up as well.
Yeah, he was.
He literally was, so there's something seen there.
Yeah, definitely.
I forgive him those games though, Ruben.
Yeah, because he's
played a lot.
Again, think about how many, like 2 or 3 times this game where he's regained possession, slid it out higher up the pitch and pinned them back for a throw-in. I'm going to give him a 6.5.
Yeah, 6.5 for me. We'll then go to Mitchell.
I really like the look of Mitchell. I think we've got a really good player on our hands there. I really do. He's got a lot of promise for me.
Quick.
Quick. And I think when he gets a goal and gets a few goals, we're going to really see him start getting the numbers up. I really think that.
Yeah, I really like him.
I'm going to give him a 6.5 as well.
I'm going to give him a 7. I think he makes things happen. Players don't know how to handle it. It's a bit like when Eli Sam had a good game last season. Players don't know how to handle a player that's that physically big and quick. Yeah. They just don't know how to do it. And the way he just drops his shoulder in, almost always manoeuvres the room for a cross. I really like him. Yeah. We'll go the other side then. Cal Roberts. For me, I would say probably man of the match. When he's out wide, different player.
Yeah.
And that's how we have to accommodate him, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. He's pulling 2 players every time, isn't he? But he's still somehow getting through now. And I think, you know, I was speaking to Neil, who's been on the channel a few times at half time, and he was sort of saying, I think we're sort of seeing a Cal he's been injured for a long time. He's not by any means at the best level that he will be at, because he's been out for such a while. And he's only going to get better as the season goes on, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. So to think he's playing the way he is now and it's going to get better, I think it's exciting, and we're going to see some special things from him this season. I'm going to give him a 7.5.
I don't think his goal first half was offside.
No.
Personally, I might be wrong.
How many times are linesmen going to get it wrong at Meadow Lane?
No, I don't know, but I'm going to give him an 8. I think he's such a menace. Like on a different day. And genuinely, I'm not being funny when I say this, the one where he kicks out for a throw-in, I generally think it's just part of it's down to the conditions, 100%. Yeah. And he slipped a few times. Without those, he could have had 2 or 3 goals. Yeah. And then we go to the actual man of the match, Carl Wootton.
Oh, I mean, you love to see him getting 5 in 6 games, don't you? His confidence is sky high. He's making things happen. Just some of the passes today, they were so key. I mean, he's such a key player. I feel like if him and Cairo gets some sort of partnership going, we could have some crazy scenes this season. And
I know this probably won't happen, but the rate he's on for 30 plus.
I hope he continues. I really do, and he deserves it. He really does deserve it, because his goal tallies have been good in the past couple of seasons. But I think all Notts fans know it could have been a hell of a lot better if he'd have nestled a few more chances. So
I mean, he got like 16 or so last season with a 13-game Barron spell, I think it was.
Yeah, exactly. Mad. So you think, you know, the supply he's going to be getting this season with the players behind him, could be scary numbers.
Let's very, very quickly rattle through the subs. Dion Kelly-Evans.
Shores things up straight away for me. I'm going to give him a 7, which is quite high scoring to say, but I think he deserves it. He played really well.
Agree, 7 for me. Just good, solid when he came on, battles, gets the ball away, clever, very clever with high wins, free kicks in the box, very good. Yeah. Jim O'Brien.
He brings that sort of edge, doesn't he?
I give 7.
7, yeah.
And then Eli Sam. I really do feel for Eli Sam because every player at the end of this game, on a not a football level, on a human level, every player's gone round and clapped the fans. He's walked straight down the tunnel because I just feel like he feels very unloved at the team. Every single time he's touched the ball, people are laughing, jeering. Yes, he didn't come on and do anything really, but I think at the same time, this is a guy that's rock bottom confidence. I might be wrong, but the way he just went off, I did actually feel for him, and I do think on his day he's good, and he just needs confidence.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of football is confidence, isn't it? I think if he regains a bit of confidence, we've seen what he can do. I just think it's going to be hard for him, isn't it, this season, to work his way into the team, get the minutes he needs to build his confidence. But I hope he does.
That's our player ratings then. Notts remain unbeaten. Maidenhead at home on Saturday. Let's hope we can make it 7 unbeaten. 2 weeks time, less than 2 weeks time now, we'll be running the Robin Hood Half Marathon. So if you would like to donate or even share, I will put it in the description of this video on how to help. It's a long old run for both of us, but we are doing it for the Notts County Foundation. So as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.